Hey guys, welcome back. I hope everyone had a fun and safe weekend. Happy Halloween. Remember, you can find us at picklespics.com, picklespics on Twitter. My personal Instagram is jpix33, and our email is picklespics@gmail.com. Please remember that this is not official advice, and the gambling hotline is 1-800-522-4700 for anyone who thinks they might have a problem. And remember that the promo code WINNER is still available for a free month. So let's get into it. Lucky Louie caught his first loss of the year, but he did go 1-1, so he's 8-1 now. The first loss was Louisiana's money line. They gave up 3 touchdowns in the first 6 minutes, which killed the whole game pretty much, and they still had the ball down 8 with 5 minutes left, and I think they threw a pick that blew it, but I mean, if they didn't start off so terribly, that probably would have hit. The second one was KD over 39.5 PRA that hit by like 7, I think. So he's still at 8-1. I mean, it's a pretty damn good percentage. So let's get into the record from last week. So if you look over here, we finished at 113, 88 and 1 with a weekly profit of 1430, which I'm actually very surprised with considering the amount of bad beats that we had. It was all like $5,000. So it was like, I think it was like 20 games. I'll get into it in a little bit. Let's see. So a couple of highlights that I wanted to bring up are that I've only had one losing day in sports since August, and it was for $50. So that's pretty amazing. Up $23,410, which is for me 234 units since September 1st, so in the last 2 months, with probably 20,000 or 200 units in bad beats, which is crazy. Like, I mean, it happens, but that is pretty crazy. So still though, 12,000 a month if you're $100 or better, like that's very good success rate for $50 subscription. Um, I did post the link to the podcasting in this channel. It is in the playlist section or something. Check that out because it was actually really cool. I did 4 free plays and went 3-1. The one got smoked. It was Oklahoma State. They were literally number 9 in the country and lost 48-0. So the free plays that I put on the podcast were the USF Houston over 60, I think 60, and that hit pretty easily. Illinois Nebraska under 50, and that hit very easily. Oklahoma State lost. And then Baylor +3, I think they won outright, so that hit pretty easily too. So 3-1 on that. And we talked about just the college football landscape and some World Series talk because my buddy was in Houston and he'll be in Philly because he reports for USF. So yeah, let's move on to the bad beats. So on Thursday's clip, I did go through the 7 losses that we had to that point, which was $1,570 of bad beats. We didn't really have any on Thursday. Friday, the Nets lost in overtime for a $200 swing. Avs lost by 1 for a $225 swing. Porzingis PRA missed by 1 for a $225 swing, and so a total of $650 on Friday. Saturday, I lost 2 tennis matches by half a game. That was $225. Or sorry, 1 tennis match, not 2. I had Toledo and Eastern Michigan over 54. They scored 3 points in the last 10 minutes, and I think they lost by 4, which is ridiculous. And this is even worse. I had the Arkansas-Auburn under, and it was 61, and they had 24 points in the last 7 minutes, including Auburn scoring a garbage touchdown down 30 with 2 seconds left to beat the under. It's just that was rough. And then I have Wake Forest. I mean, it's not a bad beat in the way they lost, but they had 5 turnovers all season, and they had 8 in the second half. 8 out of 9 possessions, they turned the ball over. Like, that was unbelievable. Almost as bad as Oklahoma State. So I think the combined 2 top 10 teams, Wake and Oklahoma State, between the last 6 quarters, were outscored 83-0. The 2 top 10 teams outscored 83-0. Okay. So anyway, yesterday I had 2 tennis beats. So that was for $450. I had the Falcons -4. They won by 3. I had the Winnipeg Jets. They lost in overtime. I had a $640 parlay that missed by 1 because the Colts were up 6 and gave up 80 yards in 20 seconds and then a touchdown with 2 seconds left to lose by 1. That was brutal because that was $740 swing because the parlay was 640. So that daily beat parlay was 1,600, and I actually missed one from Saturday. It was DeRozan over 32.5 PRA. He had 29 in the third quarter and finished with 31. So he had 2 in the fourth quarter, and it was 865 on Saturday. So for a total of another $3,115 over 4 days. So that brings the total of bad beats for the week to $4,700, which is insane. It's almost 50 units that lost by either one or just like a BS way. So and I still finished up over $1,400. So hopefully, if that turns, I'm going to be making some really good money soon. A quick recap of the trade: I actually got stopped out because the market went up like, I think the Dow went up 800 points on Friday. So when I say I got stopped out, it means that I set a limit. If it drops there, it'll automatically sell. So I think I took like an $80 loss because if you look at this chart, like the market really, really, it ripped. Like, so this is the short chart. So you see this? This means the market went up because I was shorting. So I probably got stopped like right here. So that was kind of weird because there wasn't really much evidence. Like Amazon got crushed. There was not that much good news. So for that reason, I actually rebought it today. And I got the same strike date, which was the 16th of December. The new price is 55. The last one was 60, so that's good. And I bought 3 of them for $575 each with a stop loss at 7%. So similar. And if anybody doesn't know how to do that, let me know and I'll show you. So just a market recap. It closed down slightly today, but it had the best month since 1976, which screams short it to me because there's not really much reason for that. I know September is historically the worst month, so there's probably an expected bounce back, but best month in 30, 50 years almost? I don't know about that. And then Ethereum actually hit 1620 today, but then dropped down to like 1560. So it's still fluctuating, but it's still up, 18% this month, which is pretty good. So yeah, that's my market recap real quick, and let's get into Lucky Louie's pick of the day. So he's 8-1. I know he caught a loss, kind of BS, but it is what it is. So tonight we have Paine's over 9.5 rushing yards, and that's minus 130 on my book. My model projects almost 26, which is almost 3 times the line, so that's pretty good. And then I have Hunt over 30.5 rushing yards at minus 110. My model is projecting 47, so it's about 50% higher than the line. And then I might take Chubb too, just to give you a little fake free play. I'm probably going to, but I don't know. So the first 2 are Louie's picks. The last one, you can call it mine. So yeah, be sure to tune back in for the next segment to see how Louie does. By Louie. And then please subscribe to the channel. It's free. You really don't have anything to lose. Also, join the app and use the code. It's free. You can see the evidence that I do really well. I'm really trying to grow this, so any help is awesome. And yeah, so just to recap everything, we're up 23K in 2 months. The market's decent. Ethereum's doing well. We'll see how that short does. The Lucky Louie is Perine and Hunt. And then, yeah, just be sure to check back in to see how he does. And then remember, pickelspicks.com, at pickelspicks on Twitter, and jpicks33 on Insta, and pickelspicks@gmail.com. Promo code winner for a free month. And I will check back in a couple days, and we'll see how we do. Take it easy.